Tongai Joseph Dhafana is now a renowned sommelier and winemaker. It wasn't always that way. Growing up poor in Zimbabwe, he and his wife fled political oppression and famine and fought their way to freedom in South Africa.
7 million people face starvation.
I couldn't let my family starve. Luckily, we made it into South Africa, but we almost died. Our journey is tattooed in our hearts. It's difficult to take it off.
A long, grueling journey led them to Cape Town. Arriving penniless, he worked as a gardener, dishwasher, and finally as a bartender.
I used to stay in this particular shack, so that was really 10 years ago when I came down from Zimbabwe.
On his 28th birthday, Tongai tasted wine for the first time and discovered his true passion. He was determined to succeed as a sommelier and threw himself into becoming an expert. After several years spent developing his skills at top restaurants in Cape Town, Tongai was appointed head sommelier at La Colombe, rated 7th best restaurant in the world.
Best value for money, if I may put it that way. And the wines are actually showy but not pretentious. Very, very good wines.
Okay, Joseph, you asked me to create a dish around this creation wine.
The reason why I actually chose this wine is very well-made wine, purity. I like the consistency.
Encouraged by noted British wine writer Jancis Robinson and by Michael Frijon, South Africa's leading wine judge, Tongai led a team of Zimbabwean sommeliers in the World Blind Tasting Championships in France in 2017. The remarkable story of these refugees turned wine experts is told in a documentary called Blind Ambition, which was featured at the 2021 Tribeca Film Festival.
I remember well my very first sip of wine. I didn't like it.
It's like the Olympics of wine tasting.
The wine could come from anywhere.
I'm proud to welcome you because you're the best palates in the world.
It's extremely difficult.
The odds are stacked against them.
Mama, I love you all.
After the World Wine Tasting Championships, Tongai is a hero in Zimbabwe. He returns often to visit his mother, who has forgiven him for being in the wine business.
I'm also big in giving back to the community. When Zimbabwe was struck by cyclone, it died 2-3 years ago. I managed to build about 10 houses for people who were really homeless because they believe in sharing the little which we have. That's what Africa is. To participate in blind tasting championships, I mean, for my country, it was really the best moment ever for me. Just being overseas and sitting at that table in that room gave me courage and interest to even go for more. I worked in a very proper establishment, five-star, which was La Colombe. I worked there as a head sommelier for 7 years, 8 months. So now I'm just concentrating and focusing with my Tongai or my wines.
The Tongai wines in the Sommelier series reflect his love of freedom of expression. Freedom won the hard way, and that now he celebrates with his Freedom Red Blend, Sauvignon Blanc, and Premium Chardonnay.
In the Freedom Red Blend, we managed to put different parcels and also different components. So Shiraz and Cabernet Sauvignon first. Shiraz gives us a bit of more leather spice, a bit more earthiness. Then the Cab brought a bit of more oomph and body, and a bit of visible tannins. So we also added a bit of Merlot, which brought juiciness, a bit of more wild cherries there. So it's really very interesting, subtle oak, slightly spicy as well, but we managed to focus mostly on the opulence and juiciness of the wine, and it's really, really going to work very well, mostly with your meat dishes, and hopefully you enjoy it. I made my Sauvignon Blanc at Dimasdale. Climate is quite suitable for Sauvignon Blanc to grow very well. The sea influence from Atlantic Ocean is what exactly is needed to have like a typical fresh proper Sauvignon Blanc with more tropical fruits. You do get gooseberries, kiwi, a bit of pyrus in there, citrus. It's got lovely grenadilla flavors as well with fantastic acidity. Imagine really having a Cape Town Sauvignon Blanc in New York or somewhere else in America. It really reflects and gives you that element of you or the feel of you being in Cape Town. It's such a joy. I mean, you can't beat that. So this is my premium Chardonnay, which I make with Van Loveren. It's quite interesting in the sense that we try to find the balance between the acidity, the oak. To actually give you that inviting nose of tropical fruits, definitely. You get a bit more gooseberries, slightly citric on the palate, balanced acidity, slightly buttery or butterscotch because it went also through monolactic fermentation. It's really premium, have the perfect fit in the USA, so I trust and hope that everyone will actually enjoy it.
Tongai wines have been personally selected and blended to optimize quality and appeal to the U.S. wine drinker. Tongai is the majority owner of the Tongai brand. Vinosphere Inc. is dedicated to bringing South African wines of exceptional quality and value to the U.S. The winemakers and sommeliers invited to share their wines in the Sommelier series are all exceptional practitioners of their craft.